Hey everyone, Sweet Johnny Cage here, back with another guide for Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. This time I'm going to show you how to get the trophy or achievement, Great Colored Carp. The questline associated with the Great Colored Carp is as close as Sekiro gets to a Patches-style questline. Patches, of course, being the trickster from Demon's Souls and Dark Souls fame. I think he actually dates back to Armored Core, believe it or not. While there's no one pushing you off any cliffs with the promise of shiny treasure in this quest, there are a couple of NPCs who are clearly trying to goad adventurers into fulfilling their own self-interests. While you can choose to help one NPC or the other, the outcome is virtually the same, so don't worry about missing out on anything by making one choice instead of the other. There is no wrong choice here. I can't stress that enough. I'll be covering some of the optional portions of this questline to flesh out the story a bit and provide context, so keep in mind that this questline can be finished in way fewer steps than what I'll be showing. With all that said, here's how to get through this questline. Step 1. In Fountainhead Palace, make your way to the Mibu Manor idol. This is the first idol you find after the one that spawns when the corrupted monk is defeated. Inside the manor, dispatch the noble and speak to the old woman. She'll tell you that her father has been entranced by the Great Carp. She requests that you find her father and break the spell. Step 2. Work your way through Fountainhead Palace until you reach the Great Sakura idol. Grapple onto the giant Sakura tree and deal with Okami leader Shizu. Once defeated, look to your left and locate the woman standing on a random roof in the middle of the lake. Jump off and swim to her. Speak with the old woman and she will request that you open the door to the palace for her. A little later on, we'll find out who this woman actually is. Step 3. Continue through Fountainhead Palace until you reach the palace grounds idol. Head inside the palace and open the door. Return to the idol and rest. Enter the palace again to find the corpses of all the nobles inside and the old woman from the lake hunched over one of them going to town with a dagger. After speaking with her, she completes her task and passes away, vengeance fulfilled. Step 4. Exit the palace through the back, but instead of grappling up to the trees, turn right and walk to the side of the building. You'll see a grapple point on the roof here. Walk back towards the front of the palace and look to your left to see a grapple point on the Sakura branch sticking out of the face of the cliff. Explore this area until you find the feeding grounds idol, along with the Great Carp attendant. Step 5. Speak with the attendant to learn about the Great Carp and how to feed it. Walk over to the bell and ring it to summon the carp. You can feed the Great Carp some precious bait if you'd like. Keep feeding it until it swims away, then speak with the attendant again to receive a total of 4 treasure carp scales. Feeding the carp causes it to no longer attack you when you're exploring his cavern, but we'll take care of that for good in a bit. Step 6. Now that you've met the Great Colored Carp, it's time to meet the pot nobles. You can meet them at any time, but their parts of the questline will not trigger until you meet the carp. Pot Noble Horinaga is found in Hirata Estate just near the entrance. The first time you speak with him, your only option will be to purchase things from his inventory using treasure carp scales. You'll need to spend at least 7 treasure carp scales in order to reveal his talk option. Talk to him a bunch, and he will eventually give you the truly precious bait to give to the Great Colored Carp in Fountainhead Palace. Pot Noble Korimori is found in Fountainhead Palace, but is a bit hidden from plain sight. If you're looking at the doors to the palace, look up and find a grapple point. Grapple up, and then turn left and grapple to the next roof. There is a cavern with another grapple point here. Walk through the cave, mining the lizards, and then jump down to the cliff. You'll see a sculptor's idol here, with Pot Noble Korimori beckoning you over to him nearby. I had to trade him 13 treasure carp scales before his talk option became available to me. I bought the Dragon's Blood Droplet and both Lapis Lazuli from him. It's possible that purchasing the left mask fragment for 12 scales will do the trick, but I'm not 100% sure. After spending scales with Korimori, he'll tell you that Pot Noble Harinaga is the shame of their clan, and to never trust him. Korimori will give you his own truly precious bait, asking you to feed it to the Great Colored Carp to punish Harinaga for his crimes. Korimori somehow knows that you have Harinaga's bait in your inventory, as he tells you to make sure to use his instead of Harinaga's. Returning to Harinaga after meeting Korimori and receiving his bait will not result in any new dialogue, at least that I've found. It's now time to make a choice. Step 7. Return to the feeding grounds idol and ring the bell to summon the Great Carp. Choose either Pot Noble Harinaga's bait or Pot Noble Korimori's bait. The end result is virtually the same and you will not miss out on any items regardless of which you choose. Step 8. Rest at the idol and speak with the attendant. He's noticed that the Great Carp has gone missing and he's incredibly worried. Step 9. It's now time to figure out where the Great Colored Carp went. This is where reading item descriptions comes in handy. The description for the Lotus of the Palace, which the guardian ape was protecting, reads, "A white lotus flower found blooming in the depths of the sunken valley, where the Fountainhead waters pool deeply." The fragrant flower note description also reads, It is said that relatives of Tomoe once gathered the Fountainhead fragrance and arrived at the palace. You may find a key where the waters of rejuvenation converge in a deep pool, a white and deeply fragrant flower. After giving you this note, Kuro tells you,
I was looking for information on the Fountainhead aroma and how it relates to the divine realm. There is water that flows from the Fountainhead through Ashina, and the book speaks of a white lotus flower that grows where the water pools deeply.
All of these hints tell us that we can find the Great Colored Carp in the Sunken Valley, specifically where we fought the Guardian Ape and found the Lotus of the Palace. Warp to either Bodhisattva Valley or the Guardian Ape's watering hole idols. You'll find the Great Colored Carp dead with a treasure near its open mouth, which is the Great White Whisker. Looting the Great White Whisker will reward the trophy or achievement Great Colored Carp, but stick around as there are some optional parts of this questline to bring it to a close. As a quick aside, if you're interested in another hint in the connection between the watering hole and Fountainhead Palace, head near the waterfall and dive beneath the surface. You'll find a precious bait here, as well as broken pieces of a bridge from Fountainhead Palace. I'm not sure who would think to come back to this location after getting the Mibu breathing technique, but it's all here. Step 10. With the Great White Whisker in tow, head back to the feeding grounds idol and speak with the attendant. Giving him the Great White Whisker relieves him of his duty and allows him to finally rest. Step 11. Rest at the idol one more time and the old woman from the Mibu Manor will appear next to the attendant, who is now slumped over. Speaking with her will reveal that the attendant was her father at one point or another. She will also mention her sister, which we can infer is the old woman who murdered all the nobles in the palace after we opened the door for her. Step 12. Now that the Great Colored Carp is dead, return to the pot noble whose bait you chose to give the carp, and you'll see the noble will have turned into a carp themselves. It's unclear if they went and killed the other pot noble, or if the other one ran away or died of natural causes, but the new carp will have the other noble's inventory. This is why your choice doesn't exactly matter, as you won't miss out on any items. Speak with the noble to be rewarded a lapis lazuli for your troubles. Be sure to purchase any remaining lapis lazuli, as there are only 6 available in each new game cycle, and even less if you go for the Shura ending. You'll need a total of 10 to upgrade all your prosthetics, so be sure to get as many as you can whenever you can. And there you have it. That's the story of the Great Colored Carp, the pot nobles, and some of the nobles in Fountainhead Palace. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to leave a comment, and I'll do my best to help you out. Also, I'd appreciate it if you could let me know if you like this style of guide where I go a bit more in-depth with the context and the lore and the clues and all that. I greatly enjoy lore in games, so this was a lot of fun for me to make. If you're looking for more guides for Sekiro Shadows Die Twice, please subscribe to the channel so you get alerted when new ones go live. If you like the content a whole lot, please consider becoming a channel member by clicking the blue join button down below. Really appreciate it. And that's about it. Alright, I'm Sweet Johnny Cage. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.